The top stories. Opposition MPs return to the House, but their motion on the Speaker is rejected. Judge orders release of CLICO report, and we get a glimpse of the flying students of Grantley Adams. Welcome to Nation News for Tuesday, March the 10th, 2015.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your time, your way.
Barbados Labour Party MPs have returned to the House of Assembly after a boycott of nearly 2 months. But their attempt to force a vote of no confidence in the Speaker has been rejected. Nation News has learned that Leader of Government Business Santia Bradshaw was informed in writing that the motion would not be entertained. The ruling came from Deputy Speaker Mara Thompson. Opposition MPs had said they would stay away from the House once Speaker Michael Carrington was in the chair. Mr. Carrington was ordered by the court to pay sums owed to a client of his legal practice in a case which has now been settled. The matter has been sent to Parliament's Privileges Committee, which is yet to present its findings. That much talked about forensic report on CLICO Barbados is to be unsealed on the orders of a High Court judge. In another few days, you will therefore be able to read the contents. The order to release the report was made by Justice William Chandler after an application by the judicial manager of the local CLICO operation. The Financial Services Commission had objected to the application, citing government's plan to set up a new insurance company. CLICO, you may recall, was sent into a tailspin after its Trinidad parent company collapsed in January 2009. Hospital Administrator Dexter James says many of the problems facing the QEH can be resolved if non-urgent cases are sent to polyclinics. The CEO said also that the redirection of services like diagnostics could reduce the number of patients in the A&E department by a quarter at least. Dr. James, who gave the Louis Lynch Memorial Lecture on Monday night, said that just building a new hospital was not the answer to the QEH's problems.
Our resolve now is to fix the inefficiencies in the system so that when or if the time comes and we get a new hospital, we will then move a very efficient system into a new hospital. If we try to move the Queen Elizabeth Hospital now, as it is, into a new facility, you're transforming bad work habits and practices into a new facility. In a very short time, what would you have? So, while I take the point that a new hospital is a desirable thing to have, because the facility is 50 years old, we are spending a lot more time and effort now to fix our systems, make sure our preventative maintenance programs are in place, make sure we could establish good patient treatment protocols, make sure that we exploit technology, and really make sure we have an efficient hospital.
A lawyer on a theft charge has avoided arrest by sending a medical certificate to the courts. Last week, Magistrate Alliston Seal had given Terrell Fields a Tuesday deadline to appear in court or face arrest. Mr. Fields had submitted a letter last Friday indicating he would not be able to attend because he was undergoing medical tests. But Mr. Seal said that was unacceptable and there could not be one law for the meats and one for the persons. Mr. Fields is before the court on a theft matter from 2008. A St. Michael woman has pleaded guilty in court to receiving £500 of stolen sweet potatoes. On Monday, 53-year-old Cynthia Claire Barker of Chelston Avenue and Culloden Road admitted dishonestly undertaken in the retention of the potatoes on January the 24th. The crop, valued at $1,250, belonged to Armagh Farms at Sunbury Plantation. She will be sentenced in the District A Court in May. The St. Michael's School is getting help from a Canadian university and becoming a greener place. Ryerson University is donating hundreds of reusable water bottles to the school. Ryerson official Shalisa Mohammed explained why the university decided to help.
that we've had with St. Michael's. We visit twice a year to the St. Michael's School to speak to their sixth formers about post-secondary institution. And Ms. Grant mentioned to me this initiative that they were planning on doing to make their school sustainable, greener school and have their students drink more water, and they would like to have each student to have a reusable water bottle. In 2013, Ryerson was completely water bottled free, meaning there's no sale of water bottles on our campus. So students bring their reusable water bottles and they fill up on our campus, and we currently have 200 refill stations where students can go throughout the campus, throughout the buildings, and refill their water bottles. So to support their initiative, because this is something that Ryerson has done, we thought we would partner up with the St. Michael's School to support this environmental initiative.
Governor General Sir Elliot Belgrave received a red carpet treatment when he paid a visit to Sharon Primary School. In brief remarks, Sir Elliot encouraged the students taking the Common Entrance exam in May to buckle down and focus on their studies.
They should cut down on the amount of time they spend watching TV and fooling around the home, and put in some real serious effort at studying for this exam. I used to be a teacher myself, as you will have heard, and it's my experience that a teacher is at his best when he or she finds a bright student who is willing to work hard. That teacher will go the extra mile for a student who is interested in learning.
Up next is the weekly commentary. Carl Martindale speaks on gun violence.
It's time to get tough. In fact, it is way past time. Even as Police High Command says that crime is on the decline, we can't ignore the instances of violent crime, especially those by the gun. One man lost his life in Vauxhall Christchurch and another in Belle Plaine, St. Andrew. We've had a teenager getting shot on the bridge and residents fired upon in Chapman Lane. But when a 9-year-old boy walking with his family in busy Bridgetown can be shot in the head and no one saw or heard where the bullet came from, it is way past time to act. How many more lives must be lost? It is time for a strong response from the police and the courts. The message must be sent that there will be zero tolerance on gun crimes.
It was the turn of Grantley Adams Memorial on Monday. Purple House successfully defended their title at Grantley Adams. The top male athlete was Davion Thorpe, and the victress in Durham was Nikita Hackett. The way is now clear for the Barbados Secondary Schools Championships, the inter-school sports, which will start on Tuesday. The quarterfinals of the Primary School Championships will be held at the National Stadium on Wednesday. And finally, shoppers at a supermarket in North Carolina's capital city have received a very big break on their bills. It so happened that the cash registers at the store crashed on Friday, and officials tried for 15 minutes to reboot the system at the checkout lines. When their efforts failed, the manager decided the shoppers had waited long enough and allowed them to get their orders free of charge. Anyone already standing in line was allowed to leave without paying. It is not known how many shoppers enjoyed the windfall. And that's Nation News for Tuesday. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to pick up the Midweek Nation on Wednesday or subscribe to our e-paper.